podcasts or if you don't like podcasts. But damn it, the Indie Cut with Charlie G. If you don't like podcasts, you're about to like podcasts. Go watch the Indie Cut with Charlie G, damn it. It's the finest podcast amongst all podcasts.
Hey there, wrestling friends. I'm Charlie G with your Indie Cut Warrior prediction and recap show for 19 and 20. I'd like to thank the Briscoes for that opening. It was all on them. I appreciate it very much. Their words, not mine. So thank you again, Mark, for that wonderful intro. Let's begin with the Warrior 19 recap show. We started off with the Lucha Championship with the Sam Adonis going against Lince Dorado. Fun match here. It ended in a 10 count out, and Sam Adonis retained his title. A little surprising there. It was like the first 10 count victory that I can remember ever in Warrior Wrestling. So hopefully it doesn't happen again. It was kind of deflating in my opinion, but it was a great match. A lot of outside the ring spots. Check that out if you can. Next up was Dalton Castle versus Warhorse. Dalton won this with his bangarang. And on my prediction, I was 2 for 2. Not in order, but in my predictions. Next up was Miranda Alizé versus Sky Blue. Sky, of course, won this pretty easily. Still a good match between the two, and it was a full Nelson facebuster for the win for Sky. Next up was Myron Reed, Gringo Loco, Alex Zane, and Blake Christian. This was wild. Really good match between all four. Blake ended up winning, pinning Alex Zane after a double underhook DDT. Good move by him. I'm liking this one a little better than his Aaliyah finisher from the top rope. Since I brought up Alex Zane, I hope all the best is out to him. He was in a hardcore match 2 weeks ago and got really messed up. So I hope you are doing well and recovering nicely. He is signed for the Ring of Honor show on April 1st, so hopefully he can make it. Oh yeah, and at the end of the match, Blake did call out Warrior Champion Will Ospreay. So we shall see if that happens in April or in a New Japan Strong taping or wherever else Will might show up and Blake shows up. Could be GCW for all I know. I mean, will be in the area in Texas come Mania weekend, so stay tuned. You might see that on a GCW show instead. Next up, we had Casey Navarro and Brian Cage, or as they were going, Papa Cage and Kid Cage versus The Acclaimed, Max Caster and Anthony Bowens. In a bit of a shocker, The Acclaimed won this after Navarro accidentally hit Cage in the back of the head with a Warrior medallion, and yeah, Max hit his mic drop on KC for the win. A little bit of a surprise there. I did not predict that, so I was at this point 4-1, going well there. Next up, what I think me and Tom said was the match of the night. I mean, Thunder and Athena was awesome too, but this one I think stole the show. Speedball Mike Bailey versus Santana. Yeah, Santana, this outstanding singles match. He did well against Jonathan Gresham in Terminus 2 weeks later, but Santana's a singles wrestler. I think can hold his own. So look out, Scorpio Sky. You never know on on AEW, but Santana came up with the victory here after a power driver. Both showed respect at the end of the match and shook hands. Yeah, but both these guys, outstanding match there, and what I considered the match of the night. Next up, we had Dante Martin versus Bandito. awesome match between these two. Both high flyers, both respect, both was in PWG, recently. And Dante actually pulled out the victory after a double spring moonsault. Outstanding move by him. He's still going places. Darius was in the building. I saw him late after the match, but I think Darius is back, so this might be the end of Dante's singles run around, but he did really well for himself. So keep a lookout for Dante. You never know what might happen in the future with him. Then for a semi-main event, we had the workhorsemen of Anthony Henry and JD Drake versus my new buddies, the Briscoe brothers, Jay and Mark. Fun match between these two, hard-hitting. I didn't expect anything else between these four. And the Briscoes, of course, won with the Jay Driller and then the Froggy Bowl by Mark. Fun match. Check that out if you can. Real cool. And then the main event for the Warriors women's title. Champion Thunder Rosa versus Athena. As you can see, Athena in the background there. This went to a 30-minute time limit draw. This was fine to be ending a draw. Both women could have won, should have won. Kickouts, near falls, you name it, they did. They both hit their finishers. This is match of night dose, but they're outstanding. But Thunder retained, and they called her the victor, which I'm not understanding, but she held the title, so it's all good. Great to see Athena back in the ring. She's fun to talk to. I got to meet, 23 of the 25 people. 22 autographs out of the 24, and got to talk to even Veda when she was doing a little commentary, and with Mike Bailey. So yeah, I got around pretty much in 13 photos, so check that out on the website, catchhookandshit.com. You can see them all there. My predictions were 6 and 3. I came close on what? I predicted 8, 9, and the Santana spots in the lineup. So doing pretty good. I was a little thrown off by the Adonis match that dropped everything down, but I'm getting okay as a booker for Warrior Wrestling here, I think. No, don't worry. I'm not looking. I wouldn't mind a job, but I'm not looking. I'm not going to take anyone else's spot. So now we will go to Warrior 20 coming up this Saturday, March 12th. Sorry about that. No, we will not be there, as you can see in the logo if you're watching on YouTube. A little far her way. And at this thing, it's probably safer to do it in the comfort of the apartment. But still going to be a cool show nonetheless. We're still going to do it live. Not so live, but we're going to do it live. So, my prediction and run through. I'm going to start with Silas Young versus Brian Pillman Jr. And I'm going to go with Brian Pillman Jr. to win this. This match was supposed to happen at 18, and I predicted Jr. to win there. I'm going to stick with that. Next, Killer Cross versus Jake Something. This should be mean, angry, two mean and angry men. Jake is not with Impact as of right now, so he's a free agent. So is Killer Cross. So these guys are hungry to show the wrestling world what they got. But I'm picking Killer Cross here. No word of Scarlett's going to show up. That'd be cool. I'd suck if we missed that, but still nonetheless nice to see that. Killer Cross actually does have a Twitch stream with Real Killer Cross, so check that out. Brian Pillman Jr. also has a Twitch stream, so check that out if you can. Third match, we have Casey Navarro versus Speedball Mike Bailey. Casey lost last Warrior, and so did Speedball. I'm going to go with Casey here, because I have a feeling they're going to set something up for 21, since not in my graphic because I left them on purpose. Frank the Clown's going to show up. So there might be something there. I don't know if he'll be involved in it. My wild prediction here is it's going to be a fatal 4-way at 21. Don't hold me to it, but I have a feeling Casey, Blake, Will, and Frank or Robert Anthony in 21 for the Warrior title. I'm going to say it now, but yeah. But I got Casey to win this. Should be a fun match, though. No matter either way, Speedball wins, he wins. But Speedball's coming from West Coast Pro also Friday night once again. So he's going to be a busy guy, maybe a little tired. But I still have Casey winning this. Next up, in a match that's been changed technically twice in the last 48 hours. I'm taping this on a Thursday. We have the Little Rascals of Maya Reed and Trey Miguel versus Jerez and Dante Leon, who's replacing Aramis, who had a family emergency. Hope all is well, Aramis. My thoughts are with you guys. And then added to the match was Top Flight of Darius and Dante Martin. So you know I'm going to go with Top Flight for the win here. Dante to pin Dante Leon. Yeah, so Dante versus Dante. This should be fun calling that. And yeah, I don't... Bocchini and whoever's on the call with him, have fun. That Dante, and Trey, you're all going to get T's and D's and all that other stuff out of the way. So, should be an outstanding match between these 6. But I got Top Flight for the win on this. Next up, in a match that's been combined. It was originally supposed to be Sky Blue for the women's title versus Thunder Rosa and AQA versus Athena. Instead, we were having Sky Blue and AQA versus Thunder Rosa and Athena. I'm guessing this was by AEW booking because Thunder's going to be in a cage match that Wednesday, and she just lost against Britt Baker, so this might give her a little bit of a break, and they didn't want her either. What I was going to predict Sky Blue to win, so they didn't want her losing before AEW. I know there's too much inside stuff. I don't even know if it's real. I'm just going by what I think is going. But yeah, I think this is why it's booked like it is. I have Thunder and Athena winning. With I'm gonna go with Athena pinning AQA. Yeah, this as I would have predicted in the original match. So, but still be a fun match between those 4. Then we have Lance Archer versus Jonah. I could not figure out who to pick for this, so I'm going to go with our buddy Lance. I know him. We know him a little bit more, and I think I think he should still get another victory. Maybe leading to something even in the next 2 Warrior shows for the title, but I think Lance wins this one. And then in the main event, oh yes, I'm putting this in the main event. I have the Lucha Warrior Champion Sam Adonis versus Psycho Clown. This should be maybe a little bloody. They have fought before. That's why I'm predicting to be the end of the show. It's in Indianapolis, so the rules might be a little lax there. But I got Sam winning this one in a hard-fought victory. Yeah, this should be a fun match. I've never seen Psycho Clown in person. I still won't, but it's okay. But Sam to retain and keep on going on. He's now the AAA Trios champion. He's still the Galley champion. If you saw the push with me with the title, yeah, this should be fun. And then, so yeah, the original roster also had Brian Cage on, but he signed a new contract with AEW. There is a AAA show going on, so he might be had to go to do that. There's also a GCW show going on the same night, so that's why there's no Gringo Loco, Blake Christian, you know, most of the GCW standouts that usually show up. They got a show in Texas, I think, something like that. No, in Georgia, my fault. So busy night on the 12th between AAA, GCW, and Warrior Wrestling. Should be a fun night, no matter what happens. yeah, listen to us do the live commentary from the comfort of our own, Tom's apartment. It should be fun. I can't wait to call it. I gotta change a little of my searches because of all these changes. Hopefully nothing else changes. So card subject is to change. Hope to see you at. Help you listen to Catch Hook and Shoot live commentary or on the Listen Radio app or catch the replay on Anchor. Thank you for listening or watching. Hope you enjoyed the Warrior Cut. Keep safe, be kind, and keep. I'm gonna do this well. Be kind, keep safe, and take care of all. Go Warrior Wrestling.